Yo, Loves D Punch Out TV. How are you all doing on this Tuesday evening? I hope you're all good out there. I want to talk about the fight, what's happening this weekend. It's super lightweight, and that's Regis prograis versus Devin Haney. I've been watching little bits and bobs over the last few weeks. Done a couple of live streams talking about these two fighters, and a lot of the channels what I follow, I've got Devin Haney, I've got Regis prograis as an underdog. I wouldn't say all of them, but the majority of them what I've been watching. I've just watched the face-off where they sat round the table. That was from a couple of weeks ago, but I wanted to save it for this week. And I have to say, Devin Haney is mega confident, which is rightly so. When you've undisputed, he cleaned up in his division. I do believe he's let the belts go, and he's moved up to 140. But I thought he was going to keep the belts and maybe move back down, but he's let the belts go, and looks like he's going to be sticking around at 140. So, got Regis, is 29-1, 24 KOs, age 34, southpaw, height 5'8", reach 67. Devin Haney, 30-0, 15 KOs, age 24. Even though on BoxRec it says he's 25, but on that, like the gloves are off type thing, he said he's 24. So anyway, it doesn't really matter. He's orthodox. It says the same height on BoxRec, but when I saw him at the face-off at the press conference, Devin Haney looked loads taller than Regis prograis, and he's got a 70-inch reach, so he's got a 3-inch reach advantage over Regis prograis. Now, for me, what I've just seen on that, like gloves are off, Devin Haney seems to me that he's looking past Regis prograis. Now, I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying the vibes what I was getting. It looked like he was looking past him. And if he is, I think that's a big mistake. A real big mistake. He kept saying that Regis prograis has got no boxing skills. He does the same thing all the time. And when that doesn't work, he's got no plan B. He said Regis has got no legs, and he's got no boxing skills, which I beg to differ. Regis prograis, for me, didn't have the best outing in his last fight against Zorilla, which he openly admitted he said he didn't. And everyone has a bad day at the office, which is totally understandable. But like I stress, if Devin Haney's thinking that Regis is just going to be there and it's going to be easy work, then I beg to differ that. Because for me, Regis prograis has got good feet work. Not the best. Regis prograis has got tremendous hand speed, and he's got tremendous power. And Regis said to him, if that's what you're thinking and you're mega confident, I'm glad, because I'm going to hurt you. Devin Haney, on the other hand, is a young lad. He was fought more undisputed at lightweight. Bags are confident. A young lion. Going in all the right directions. Fighting hard fights. So he's got the right to have that confidence. Devin Haney is the better boxer of the two, skill-wise, I would say. Devin Haney has got a tremendous jab. One of the best in the business, without shadow of a doubt. For me, excuse me, Devin Haney's jab is superb. He could very easily box Regis' head off with just the jab. And what I mean by that is, because he's got a longer reach advantage, he's got such a great jab, he throws a lot of jabs, he could quite easily keep Regis on the outside and just pepper him with the jab and right hand and stuff like that, uppercuts, hooks, whatever. And he does move around a lot, and he throws a lot of good punches to the body. Excuse me. to the body as well, Devin does. Regis is known, I think, this is just my personal assessment of him. Regis is known to sort of fall asleep in fights sometimes. He starts fast and then sometimes he sort of like shies away and then he comes on strong towards the end. And I think you could say that really about Devin Haney did in that Lomachenko fight. He started really good in that fight, and then towards the latter stages of the fight, he sort of took his foot off the gas and Loma come on. But that's why a lot of people were being controversial about did he win the fight. For me, I think Devin Haney won that fight all day long. Regis lost a very close fight against Josh Taylor. Like I say, I thought Regis started very strong. He allowed Josh to come back into the fight, and then the last, was it rounds 11 and 12, or definitely 12, he come on strong. But this is what makes it such a great fight, and I will be staying up for this, most definite, because it's like the young line versus the old line. Can the old line keep the young line in check? Now, Regis is one of my favourite fighters. I think he's a great guy, great fighter. I follow him on social media, on all of them, all platforms. And Regis is always in the gym. He's always in good shape, like Devin Haney. I just think Regis had a bad day at the office. And I think, well, I'm hoping that Regis can shock him. Because like Regis said, I'm going to punish you. There's levels to this game. You've never been hit by anyone like me, which is true. I don't think he has. I always remember him getting wobbled off Linares, but that was a few years ago. And Devon's come on leaps and bounds since then. He's matured such a lot as well. And I didn't realise how big Devin Haney is. He's a big dude, man. Like, not just tall, but in body structure. So Regis, he's got to start fast. He's got to get under that jab. He cannot let Devin Haney start that jab going, because if he does, it could be a long night for him. And Devin Haney could just keep him at bay and just, like I say, box his head off. Regis, he's got to use his, I wouldn't say his experience, because Devon's had more fights than him. But, and you wouldn't say, like, just because Regis is a two-time champion, Devin Haney is an undisputed champion. So they've got bags of experience. Plus, Devon's been boxing from a very, very young age. I think Regis said he started when he was 17. So, and I think Devon was boxing a lot younger than that. So, this makes a mouth-watering fight. For me, I can see why people think that Devin Haney will win it, because he's younger, he's bigger, he's very hungry, he's full of oozing confidence, full of confidence, and when you're like that, really you're on your soapbox, really, and things can't really go wrong, but sometimes they can, because Regis might not be there. He might not be ready to get pushed off out of his chair yet and allow this young lad to come in and take his belt. I'm hoping, because I like both of these fighters, I do, but Regis is in my top three fighters. I think Regis might just shock him. I'm hoping he does, with his hand speed and his power. And Regis, like he said earlier, when I hurt you, I ain't going to let up on you. He's looking to do a number on him. Devin said, you ain't got no boxing skills, you ain't boxing shit, you ain't going to touch me. And Regis said, well, we've got 12 rounds to see about that. And Regis will clip him, no doubt. Regis, he's got, like I said, I think, anyway, me personally, I think Regis Prograis got lightning speed. And he doesn't waste a lot of punches. He's a very intelligent fighter. But so is Devin. This is what, like I say, what makes it a good fight. But I'm not going to predict it, because the last two fights I predicted got them terribly wrong. Well, I got one right as a win, but I was miles off it with the Boo Boo Andre fight versus David Benavidez. I thought that would go to the scorecards, but Benavidez is just a monster, and he stopped Andre. I think it was in 6 or 7 rounds. But let me know who you think will win. I'm hoping that Regis wins. I'm hoping that Regis stops him, if I'm honest, and makes a mark. Like, because a lot of people I've seen a lot of channels say just he's washed up. He's old. He's getting on. But if he's sleeping on Devin Haney, if Devin Haney's sleeping on Regis prograis, I think that's a big mistake. Big mistake. Like I say, I hope Regis causes a massive upset, because I like the dude, man. He's a very exciting fighter. I like watching him. I've seen quite a lot of his fights. Same with Devin Haney, but Regis is in there for me as my top 3 fighter, in my top 3 at this present time. So let me know who you think will win. Peace out. I'll be back on Friday with a live stream to chop this up a bit more. Hope you have a good week, and I'll see you Friday. Peace out. Peace.